The Society of Dyers and Colourists started in 1884, based in Bradford. It was a group that got together at Bradford Technical College to try and share information about the new dyes that were being created back then. So the SDC's always had a sort of an educational slant. We're still based in Bradford, here at Perkin House, which used to be an old wool warehouse. And it's the home of what used to be called the Colour Museum, now called the Colour Experience. So we became an educational charity in the 1960s, and we also were given a royal charter. So the SDC can award qualifications to people in the industry, which now tends to be mainly abroad, because the textile industry is not as strong in the UK as it was. The majority of textile manufacture takes place overseas, so we have members right across the world now, and we provide training courses for them, and my role is to provide educational activities for schools and colleges and the general public. I've been involved with the Young People's Programme as a presenter for the last couple of years, and the opportunity of it moving to Bradford just seemed too good a chance to miss, really. So I'm presenting as part of the Young People's Programme this year, doing Get Up and Glow, which is the science behind glow sticks, and we're hosting this event as well today. It was an opportunity for us to get a bit more involved in the Science Festival, because it just seemed to fulfil so many of our educational aims, and it seemed to just make so much sense, really. But usually when school groups come along, we'll provide a workshop activity for them, which could be science-based, around colour, looking at light and colour and how we see things, or it could be more of an art-based subject, doing some textile printing perhaps, or batik or tie-dye, natural dyes, synthetic dyes, because we work with children right from nursery age all the way through to students in colleges and universities. And then we also here have the interactive gallery, which is just behind me, where we use that as another teaching aid. So students get a guided tour around the interactives and an opportunity to explore them for themselves, to find out a bit more about the science behind light and colour and perception and that sort of thing. And there are always people who remember coming here with their school, coming through as children. One interactive that people seem to remember is the blue food. We have a plate of blue food, and the gallery, the museum as it was, has gone through a whole range of different changes over the years. It started about 30 years ago, so there isn't very much that was in the original museum, but the blue food, we've just got to keep that in, because so many people ask about it and everybody seems to remember it when they've been as a child. It's an adult-only event, based around the theme of sensors. So it's been organised as part of the Science Festival's public programme, and we're hosting the event. So we've got all sorts of different presenters in here, looking at different sensors. So we've got Ben Craven looking at visual perception and that sort of sense. We've got people looking at science of taste, smell, how people respond to music, how people can make music. And then we've got looking at sensory sculptures, and then some people looking at how people build, how you can build a brain, so looking at how the brain's constructed and how that interprets sensors, and we've got the science brain waves who are playing about with people's sensors, and some good interactives up there. From our point of view, tonight and today's event, because we've been open during the day, it's to raise people's awareness of the fact that we are still here and we are still very active. I think because of the nature of the work that the SDC does, a lot of it being linked to the textile industry, people think that it's dying away and dwindling. But the textile, people will always need clothes and always need textiles. It's just that it's not necessarily being produced in the UK to the same extent. So I think this evening we'd like to know that, like people to realise that the SDC is still here, and the Colour Museum, the Colour Experience now, is still available for people to come along and visit. But we're no longer open as a public museum. So if people can get a group together or come with a a hobby group or an interest group that they attend, just ring up and make a booking, then that'd be great to see them.